reducing the dramatic consequences is the melt rate at the Arctic is much higher than the melt rate at Antarctic.
Yeah, so-called cold block.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the key. If you look at the world map of SST anomaly, everywhere is wrong except that little near Greenland, there's a cold block. Okay? That is the warning that something new is happening right there. I think that is the clear concern. Not happening in Antarctic, only happening in Arctic clearance. Okay, anybody else? Thank you. Yeah, so you have come to almost 3 months of monsoons are over, monsoon is over, and I can see that as of today's data, the rainfall is close to 600, and if you add another 8 days of value, I will add around 60. So at the end of August, which I will confirm next week, it will be 660 millimeters. Okay, remember that number. So in order to get normal rainfall, you get 230 millimeters in September. It's not possible. Okay, why? Look at the entire history of our data. Only 1 year went up to 220. You know which year it is? 2019. We had an amazing September, but that was a La Nina year. This year there's no La Nina, it's only El Nino. So this year is going to be a drought, almost 100%. Okay, so we'll see how things goes on. So this is the indication that August is minus 34% right now. It will continue to be that, maybe minor variations. And because of that, this already crossed the threshold of what IMD predicted. IMD said it could not go below 6%, only 7%. And unless September does something very unusual, it'd be a problem. Of course, it's still possible. The September may go a little bit above normal, then we may escape the thing. Now, as all of you can see, the most interesting part of August was the dramatic drop in the monsoon rainfall from very high value to very low value, and the GFS forecasted very well. Okay, I'm very happy about it, but I'm not happy about it. I don't understand why. So to me, those of us in academics, we should be worried. Now, such a big thing is happening. Suddenly the monsoon system is essentially collapsed, like the AMOC, and we don't have a clear reason for it. We can blame El Nino for it, but what did El Nino do in July? It did not do anything, right? So that issue is still unresolved. All of you think about it. How come 2 months, July and August, very similar SST patterns? In July, the monsoon was above normal. August is well below normal. As a matter of fact, this August will turn out to be the lowest rainfall in the last 150 years. Okay, that's how it's going to be. Okay. Now you look at only the monsoon core zone is even more clear that we are not yet come out of the break. There was a slight, attempt to come back. It has gone back, and I'm sure till the end of August they'll continue with this. And as you will see, all the predictions are September also will be below normal. Also far. Okay. Now let's look at the velocity potential anomaly, which is my favorite to understand the circulation anomalies. Now, interesting of August of the 20th, I don't have data beyond that right now. It's very surprising. The anomalies are more south of the equator, but the descent is occurring over India. Okay, so it has this. I don't know why it is. I would like to know a simple explanation. All the previous examples I showed you was essentially east-west, it was like this. If this was the anomalous and this was the anomalous. This is also, but the main anomaly shifted here. So this is the factor which has not been, I have not seen any paper claim to understand why this occurs. Why is that? Because remember this is August. I'll show you July. In July, all the south of the equator, it affected Africa, not India. In July, the descent occurred over Africa and over America. But in August, it didn't. So the question is, what difference between July and August? In August, it is somewhat weaker and this becomes stronger. Okay, now, I know there are people who argue, but I'm not in a good paper. They will argue that the wavelength of the waves which are there going around, they are slightly changed. Yeah, that's possible. But I'm not in a good paper on that. A lot of papers are there, like 40 knot and so on. But around this latitude, 20 knot latitude, I think it's not easy. And people may have looked at something and try looking at resolving the circulation around 20 knot into various modes and see whether these modes change their wavelength. Okay? And if they do, then you have to look at what is the cause. We don't understand the cause. Okay? So this monsoon is very mysterious because August is extremely low rainfall, like July 2002, and we don't have an explanation for it. Now, let's look at the short-term forecast still going well. As a matter of fact, I would argue that GFS again did well. It correctly predicted from last week the reduction in rainfall, then the increase. Although actual values are not good, but the shape is quite good. That I'm impressed by. Okay? That means they've got all the physics right, or the assimilation is right, that is able to tell us about 1 week in advance how the all India rainfall will oscillate. Exact numbers are not good. That is okay. Now, what is it saying for the next week? It's showing that it will go down slightly. And so to me, that's why I'm saying that the June to August rainfall will not exceed 660. We'll see next week how true my assumption is. Now let's go further and see what the forecast by GFS is. You can see that quite weak here, and it continues to be strong in northeast. That typical break phenomena, rainfall here and not anywhere here. And look at September. This we may not trust totally, but showing again that nothing is going to happen up to 15th September. So we'll watch whether this is true or not. Now, just to remind you, this year's August, I think, will be below 200 millimeters rainfall. So I looked at all the previous data from 1901, and there are 5 years which correspond to this. And very interesting thing is, between 1920 and 2005, that is 85 years, this didn't happen. It happened in the first 2 decades of the 20th century and first 2 decades of the 21st century. I don't know why. It's a very interesting phenomenon. They're not spread equally. So obviously, there are decadal modes which are playing a role here. Okay? That's what they're looking at. Okay? And also, I also looked at excess rainfall in August. It's minus 20%, this plus 20%. It's mostly the later part. Okay? But this was interesting. Below 20% rainfall. There are many more points than that. I only selected a few points there to highlight. Okay. Then let's look at my favorite comparison. August rainfall, June to September rainfall. Okay? What can we say? Now, this tells you a lot of interesting things. What is that? And you can read it. This is the corner where rainfall is 200 or below 200 in August. And those in red are 20th century, green is 21st century. Okay. And you can see that except for these few points here, 1905, 1921, most of the points are saying that all India rainfall will be around 800. Okay. That's what it's saying. So let's see what comes out in the next 1 month. And I want to notice these years. 2009, Illinois year. 1965, also Illinois year. Then this is 1930, 1920, although data is not very good, I would say neutral, not income. This is 1902, also it was close to Illinois year. This is 2015, which we know at the beginning of our discussion, that are also Illinois year. And the date 2002, when July was very bad, is right here. Okay. So that is not relevant for this year's discussion. 72 is right here, another bad Illinois year, really bad one. So we are stuck in this corner. And unless something unusual happens in the next 1 month, which we hope will happen because this is good for us. Otherwise, it's going to be a serious issue, both in India agriculture. So remember, July was good, and I'm sure big in North India, they started sowing the fields and so hoping to get to harvest. But August is back, September is back. I can tell you the effect agriculture product differently. Now, of course, the fight between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu will continue because more than not getting rain. Okay? So this is a serious issue. And I think this year is going to be a very unusual year about which we don't fully understand. Now, one more input I got from Ravi and Arindam about a forecast by NQ, that is the British model, which is used by And so look at the September anomaly. It is hovering over 1 to 2 millimeters per day, okay, which is very large. So that means over September, the rainfall will be about 30 millimeters below normal. 170 means 130. So at 660, you're talking about 800. That's what we are heading. Okay. So, so the drought is almost guaranteed. I would say there's only a small chance that something dramatic will happen, which will bring it to, it comes around 830. IMD says 36% below 880. But I doubt it will happen. There's no indication from any. We looked at earlier also forecast from the NMME of America model. All of them showing below normal. So we are going to have a drought here. Okay. And yeah, let's just go through all we discussed in the monsoon compared over the last 9 years. We are closer to this year, except for July. July is the exception this year to 315 millimeters, and that 240. And that's why I don't think we'll go this low, because this 60, maybe it'll be 60 more, 820 maybe. But I think this is close to this we'll get. This will be probably the same, somewhere around a little higher. Okay. But so only question this year is why July was so much above normal. That we're not able to explain. Because in my understanding, July and August SH anomalies were very similar. So if you think that the global circulation anomalies are driven by SH anomalies, then we are in trouble. The 2 months are very similar to each other. Okay? So again, I'll go and have a look. Maybe one should do a difference. Are there any little points which are emerging and not clear? So to me, it's not clear why El Nino has developed quite well by July, how we did not touch the Indian monsoon, but it has a huge impact in August, one of the lowest, similar to 2015. Okay? And let's see what happens here. Then we'll understand better what's going on. And then I want to show you the well-known high rainfall in September 2019 was 290. Okay? If it happens this year, we'll be very happy. It will solve our problems. Okay, but I doubt it, because this was the El Nino thing we had. 19, 20, 21, El Nino had an effect. And of course, you can see in 2020, August was so high compared to what is going to happen this year. Okay? So I don't think even this has been explained. This high anomalies of August have not been explained. Okay?
Jayesh?
Yes.
Jayesh, can I
Yeah.
make a comment on 2019?
Yes.
If you go back,
Sure.
go back to the last slide, huh? See, 2019 was an El Nino year. Okay, but it was not a very strong El Nino, but it was El Nino, and we got very big deficit in June. Then the
Yes.
El Nino started weakening,
Right.
and all along we had positive equino. Okay, and by August we had a very, very strong positive equino. And so East Equatorial Indian Ocean, actually convection became suppressed, and the West Equatorial Indian Ocean, it enhanced. And so we had a not a strong El Nino, very weak El Nino by August, and a strong equino. And that equino became even stronger in September. And so what we see as the good things in 19 are almost entirely due to the Equatorial Indian Ocean oscillation. And by 290, IOD developed. You see, it takes time for the winds to develop the SST gradient, which is the IOD. And that developed by September. So this was an interesting case of El Nino retreating and equino, taking over and making the change. Now this year, as far as I can see, equino has been negative. Okay, the July that you point out is the big puzzle, but August onwards things are changing. So we have to watch again. But El Nino is strong; it's not retreating like 19.
Right.
So unless equino becomes positive and strong, we have no hope. It is going to be a poor September.
Yeah, I agree with you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show a slide to make the point. that it is not the La Nina, it is the whatever in the Indian Ocean which changed the whole picture, right?
Yeah.
Very rapidly, right? Yeah, I'll show you what the forecast. I'll just skip the next two slides. You're showing how good the forecast was. That I will skip this time. This showing the August-September anomalies over the last 50 years. Both September and August show similar anomalies. Okay, almost all the except a few years. So August predicts September quite well. Amazing. Okay. Now come to the point that Sulochana made. Here is the prediction by North American Multimodal Ensemble. It is saying that in the period September to November, there will be a IOD. Okay, very interesting prediction. Except that is a 3-month average. If it comes in October, no use to us. It has to come in September, come quickly. I'm not so sure. And anybody can make a prediction. I doubt it. I think it'll come, but it'll come after the monsoon. IOD always bothered me because it's really a post-monsoon phenomenon.
But yes, Equino always sees IOD. Okay. So if they are going to get this kind of signal in September, we should already see a positive Equino.
Okay.
Because
but
then
will it have the point is that will it have an immediate impact on the Indian monsoon in September? That's a question.
Yeah.
That is not clear to me. It has developed very rapidly in order to alter the circulation pattern.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Your point.
There were critics last few weeks now it said 0.8 positive.
Right.
Yesterday. So it can be considered positive, but they have to say at most.
No, but key point I tell you, don't depend on the western portion. That is already very warm. I'm talking about eastern part. I'm not seeing any clear signal. Which data you looked at?
No SST and all.
Okay, let me over. Next we will discuss that. Because to me, so far I've yet to see how much anomaly is there in that region? Here?
It's close to -1 in some areas.
Minus 0.8. Okay, if that's how you're right, it will develop. Then there's hope.
But again, I think August has been damaged.
Yeah, the point of course is that if this is a reaction to El Nino and El Nino is strong, yeah, that happened in 97, it happened in 2019. Yeah, that's a strong possibility. Let's hope so. If that happens, I am will be very happy. I don't know whether they knew about it, but they'll be happy about that. Yeah. Now, also I want to highlight another interesting thing about NNME prediction about Atlantic. Okay, it's predicting a very high anomaly in the region around 50 north in Atlantic, and this is the region that Professor Venu and others looked at affecting the Indian monsoon. So when I look at this, is very large. This is 1.5 degree, okay? And also here. Okay? And so this also may be playing a role. Nobody has looked at it except the work that Venu did. Okay. Yeah, so I'll stop here and we'll continue. Next week is Barua, right? Yeah. Okay. Any other question?
I just have a comment. Last monsoon cafe you shown anomaly picture which we discussed about the break condition that was happening.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned person and anomaly.
Yeah.
So in the state, so the anomaly picture we also is just like classical break or the dry phase of phases. The weak pattern was just like classical break situation that was being and their description was from the Monsoon and Monsoon.
No, but what is the cost? Yeah, it's very classic. They can help us from that.
Yeah.
What do you think about the cost? What is
So they have two part of the discussion. You talked about oppression and anomaly.
okay.
Yeah. And you
Yeah,
have
okay. I saw it next week. Of course, next week I'll show it. And yeah, that paper discusses the long breaks.
Yeah, and the picture was, I mean, very classically similar.
Okay, so I'll look at next week. Okay. Okay, so look at any other point to raise?
Oh, no.
Anybody else? Okay, then thank you.